Hello and welcome! I'm going to run through several quick facts that I know you'll find pretty interesting, or even amazing. If you do, be sure to let me know in the comments. All right, let's go. Have you ever wondered why men are often older in relationships? It's a question that intrigues romantics and gossip columnists alike. Research suggests it may be linked to differences in biological maturity and brain development. Women tend to mature earlier than men, which can lead to a preference for a partner who is more emotionally and physically mature. Also, different parts of the brain mature at different rates in men and women, and these differences could contribute to the age gap preferences as well. Looking to get a new pet? How about a ferret? These beloved creatures are highly favored as pets in households around the world. While they may not be as common as dogs or cats, they have gained significant popularity as fun-loving companions due to their playful personalities, adaptability, and intelligence. Would you believe that the wheel wasn't invented for transportation? It's believed that the ancient Mesopotamians invented the wheel initially for pottery, before it was used for transportation. Want some proof? The oldest evidence of the wheel dates back to around 4000 to 4200 BC and was used for making pottery. Wheeled vehicles, like carts and chariots, emerged later, around 3500 to 3350 BC. How about this one for thought? If the Earth, while maintaining its density, suddenly doubled in size, then all of the trees would topple over. Why? It's because the increase in mass would lead to a stronger gravitational pull on the surface. Existing trees would have to support a greater weight in a world with stronger gravity, and this stronger pull would make it much harder for trees to support themselves, potentially causing them to collapse. And there you have it. A snowstorm with thunder and lightning? Yes. It's a rare phenomenon, but it's called a thundersnow. It occurs when a thunderstorm produces snow instead of rain. Thunderstorms typically need warm, moist air to fuel the convection, or upward air movement, that creates them. So with that, having the right combination of strong convection and freezing temperatures at the same time is relatively infrequent. America is nearly 250 years old, while Native American tribes were in North America long before that. The time frames between the two are vast. Native American tribes have inhabited North America for tens of thousands of years, with archaeological and genetic evidence suggesting human presence dating back at least 23,000 years. This highlights the long and complex history of indigenous people on the continent that predates the formation of the United States.
The Arctic tern holds the record for the longest migration of any bird, traveling up to 44,000 miles round-trip each year between the Arctic and Antarctic. Who wouldn't be absolutely knackered after a flight like that? Human noses can detect about 1 trillion different scents. The olfactory system at the roof of the nasal cavity is incredibly complex and sensitive, allowing us to distinguish a vast array of smells. Baobab trees, native to Africa, can live for over 1,000 years and store thousands of liters of water in their massive trunks, which helps them survive in arid environments. Octopuses, or octopi, as some might say, are remarkably intelligent creatures, capable of solving puzzles, using tools, and even escaping from enclosures in aquariums. The Black Death, which swept through Europe in the 14th century, killed an estimated 20 to 30 million people, about 1/3 of the continent's population, profoundly altering European society and economy. Bananas are naturally radioactive due to their potassium content. Yes, however, the radiation level is so low that you'd need to eat millions of bananas at once to experience any harmful effects. With that, I'm pretty sure we're safe.
In ancient Egypt, people relied heavily on agriculture made possible by the Nile River for life. Its annual flooding deposits fertile silt along the riverbanks, creating ideal conditions for growing crops and sustaining their civilization in a largely desert environment. Crops grown in the Nile region were wheat, flax, lentils, onions, fruit, and barley for making beer, a daily drink for the Egyptians at the time. As a refresher from your last English lesson in school, a vowel is simply A, E, I, O, and U. But did you know that the word rhythm is the longest English word without a single vowel in it? On the contrary, the longest word with the most vowels is anti-disestablishmentarianism, which has 11 vowels. Would you believe that most ginger cats are male? Yes. Around 80% of ginger cats are male because the gene that produces their orange fur is located on the X chromosome. Since females have 2 X chromosomes, they need to inherit the gene from both parents to be ginger. The more copies of the gene she inherits, the more ginger she will be. And there you have it. A little science just for the fun of it. Brussels sprouts may be the most disliked vegetable for most people. But did you know it's among the most nutritious of all of the veggies out there? Please and by all means, don't let me be the one to talk you into eating more Brussels sprouts. But know this, they're packed full of vitamins and minerals, have virtually no calories, no fat, no cholesterol, and they quickly fill you up. Not to mention, there are many creative ways to make them taste better. All right, that's enough of that. Next. Let's take a quick trip to Namibia in southern Africa. There, you'll find a surreal desert landscape called Dedvlei. This unique place has an ancient bleached white dried-up lake with starkly dead trees, all surrounded by beautiful red dunes. The visible contrasts between colors and its natural elements make this a must-visit attraction, as many have said. In your lifetime, you may have never heard of Dolbear's Law, but you certainly have heard crickets chirping. That's because this law, named after Amos Dolbear, describes the fascinating relationship between cricket chirps and temperature. The faster crickets chirp, the warmer the temperature is, usually. While useful as a rough indicator, using cricket chirps to determine temperature is not always perfectly accurate and can be affected by other factors such as humidity and the cricket's age. Pretty interesting, right? Thought so. Take a minute and comment your thoughts or which fact you liked best, would you? See you in the next video.